It's frightening that history is repeating itself. The very things that happen to us is not potential, but is actually happening today.
An enemy nation. We are protecting ourselves without violating the principles of Christian decency.
It is very biblical to enforce the law. That is actually repeated a number of times throughout the Bible.
In the past, to justify our incarceration and what's happening today to immigrants in this country, the government uses language to distort what's actually being done to people.
These aren't people. These are animals.
When you're afraid of someone, you dehumanize them in a way by calling them potential rapists, criminals, Japs, and if you depersonalize them in that way, it makes it acceptable to do inhumane things to them.
The government didn't say that it was rounding people up into prison camps. It said that it was evacuating people into relocation centers.
At each relocation center, evacuees were met by an advance contingent of Japanese who had arrived some days earlier and who now acted as guides. Naturally, the newcomers looked about with some curiosity.
In 1942, the government used euphemisms, to soft pedal the impact of the incarceration. So they used, internment, and it when really they were concentration camps.
Internment camps are legal incarceration of enemy aliens during time of war. It's governed by the Geneva Convention. There's oversight requirements for treatment. What happened to us, there was no oversight. It's not governed by the Geneva Convention.
The family detention facilities that were built under the Obama administration were called family residential centers, and the child detention centers that are being created under the Trump administration are being called tender care facilities.
It reminds me of the reference to our being held in what was called pioneer communities. It gives the impression that the government is doing this with compassion and humanitarian care.
1942, racial profiling was wrong. In 2018, racial profiling and religious profiling is wrong.
This is clearly an example in living color, systematic racism, singling out and justifying treatment of people because of the color of their skin, because of their religion, because of their ethnic origins. And it's part of our American history.